Oh, Hospital Porters, Pride and Dignity, Stop the New World Order. Welcome to Panwo TV. I'm keeping my voice down because I don't want to wake up the other guests. It's about midnight now, and I've just got home after the end of the second day of the Probe conference. I'm not feeling quite so blue today as I thought I was going to be, usually at the end of these conferences, because as I explained, it's the blues comes from flying so high into the atmosphere and the very, very intense energy of the conference, and then returning immediately down to the end of it. But for several reasons, I'm not feeling that, partly because we went out to a pub with Dave and Colin. Dave and Colin went out to a pub, and we had a really, really good time. We had a really good evening, and some people turned up who were at the conference, and they were the Sony Air Society. And now this is one conference I've never been to, and maybe I should go. I think they've got one again before the end of the year, but I can't afford to go to that. It'll have to be next year now. But the Sony Air Society will be a good conference to go to. That's to do with the Rennes le Chateau mystery. It's based on that, but it covers other subjects as well. Another reason was that I was sort of in a very, very left brain sort of frame, a very, very logical frame of mind, and I've been concentrating very hard during Dex's speech. That's the last speech, because basically I was filming it. Dex asked me to film his speech. There's a closing speech of the conference, and to do that he gave me two of his own cameras to use, with a special holding rig. There may be some photos of me with this rig attached to me. I look like a proper professional cameraman, and so I started filming Dex's speech. Things he gave me two cameras. One was a Sony, just like this one, and the other was like a JVC, and they're not compatible. So, and the big problem was the battery was almost flat on one of them, but it had loads and loads of film. It had over an hour of film in its chip or disc, whatever it was using. It was using a chip. The other one was using a disc, and it had only 28 minutes of film left on the disc. And of course, because I couldn't switch the battery or the films between the cameras, so basically I had to use one and then the other, and then I switched to my own camera with my own chip. And unfortunately, the battery on this was running pretty flat soon. It was going flat very quickly, and it basically at the very, very end of Dex's speech, there was about 2 minutes. There was literally 2 minutes left on the battery, which meant, of course, I had to cancel my second interview with Roy Archer. But I will be catching up with Roy. He actually lives in an accessible place where I can actually meet up with him. So I might be doing another interview with Roy, privately. So I mean, I did actually manage to film all of Dex's speech, but it's on three separate cameras, on three separate film chips and discs, one disc and two chips, filmed with three separate batteries. And there's three, and there's a separate sound mic for each camera. So I mean, it's going to be an editor's nightmare. That's all I can say. Oh yeah, Dex has got half of it on his cameras, and half of it is here on this camera. So I'm going to have to send it to Dex, and he's going to have to edit it. I hope he'll let me upload it myself to Panwo TV, but I think he plans to upload it to his own channel as well. I'm not sure exactly. We didn't really discuss copyright issues, but if it's up to him. I don't care. If he wants to keep it for himself, that's fine with me. It wasn't very good. Like I said, it was very, very scrappy, and I probably missed about, in between bits and pieces here, of changing batteries and changing film chips, I probably missed about 5 minutes of it in bits and pieces. So virtually all of it got done. I'm tired. It's been a long conference. It's been a good conference, but it's had its fair share of personal, issues and problems to sort of keep my feet on the ground this time. So I'm not I've enjoyed it, but it's not been quite as heady as many of the conferences many of the pro conferences I go to. Well, now I've only had a few drinks, but I've had a nice meal, and I'm going to go to bed now. Okay, in the morning I'm heading back home. Well, good night, everyone. Hospital Porters, pride and dignity. Stop the New World Order.